Hey guys, welcome to another video. If you're new here, I'm Kelly, and welcome back to my third installment of my Flashback Friday series. Here on Fridays in the month of January, we are taking a walk down memory lane and checking out my old best of beauties. And spoiler alert, yes, I'm wearing the same shirt in every single video because I'm filming them all in one day. And I thought about being like a good YouTuber and like trying to change up my shirt, but I just, I'm lazy. Brielle's sleeping. I'm trying to film while she sleeps. So this is what you get. But here in the month of January, we are doing a whole month of nothing new. I was inspired by Mandy Leah to do a whole month of nothing new, so I will link her listed down below. But also, we are visiting Best of Beauties, flashing it back. So today we are going back to the year 2017. I will have my original video, sorry I have an itch here. I will have my original video listed down below, but I'll also throw it up in the cards here. Now, there are some products that are mentioned in 2017, I did my top 17, that I mentioned in 2016 and 2015. So if you didn't catch those videos, you may want to go back and watch them because I'm not going to talk about any repeat products. All we're doing is talking about new products that I didn't mention and if they're still in my collection. But the items that were repeated were IT Cosmetics CC Plus Cream, Benefit Blush in Dallas, Makeup Geek Eyeshadow Singles, the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper, Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Eden, Laura Mercier Translucent Powder, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz Definer and Gel, MAC Fix Plus, and Kylie Cosmetics Liquid Lipsticks. So I'm not touching on any of those because I touched on them in my other video. We're just going to talk about the products that I haven't mentioned yet. And I'm going to update you and let you know if they're still in my collection. So why don't we jump into the video? The first product that I want to mention was a little mini that I got to try, and it was the Cover FX Illuminating Primer. I remember getting this as a sample in my Play by Sephora, and I remember in 2017, I think it was Desi Perkins who was doing a whole like no foundation routine, and she would show how she would use like an illuminating primer, a little bit of concealer, brows, a highlight, a lip gloss. And so I love Desi Perkins, and I kind of got into doing like a whole no foundation routine too. I even think that I did a whole video on my no foundation makeup routine. That's something that I like to do more in like the spring and summertime. I have dry skin, so I really like illuminating primers, and I remember loving this one. I had also tried the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, and I preferred the Cover FX primer over the Becca one. I never went on to purchase the full size, but I remember always wanting to pick up the full size. So I think this might be something that in the summer of 2021, I finally picked this primer up again because I have not used it since using up that mini, but I remember really liking it. I also mentioned the Makeup Geek Contour shade in Bad Habit, I think, and MAC's Melba Blush. Now, I did depot Melba Blush, and I had the MAC Contour as a little round. So they were two little rounds that I had in a Z palette, and I just recently decluttered both of them in the new year. So the Makeup Geek Contour, I absolutely loved that contour shade. I had hit major pan on it, and I actually wanted to repurchase a new one, but Makeup Geek did her whole rebranding, reformulating, and I haven't purchased any of her new contour shades, but I really liked that one. It was a great contour shade for me, but I did notice the texture of it was starting to change, and it went bad. So that's why I got rid of it. I also ended up decluttering my MAC Melba Blush because, again, it was a favorite of 2017, so it was a little bit on the older side, and I just found that I wasn't reaching for that blush anymore. Jaclyn Hill was the one who talked about MAC's Melba. It was a great neutral peachy shade. I really enjoyed that blush when I had it in my collection. I just was reaching for other blushes more than Melba. So I still think that it's a great blush. I just wasn't I just wasn't using it that much anymore. So that's definitely one that I think I would purchase again in the future, but I kind of have a little bit of a larger blush collection, and Melba is more of like a peachy nude, and I typically like more mauvey pinky nudes. Speaking of Jaclyn Hill, I did reference my Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, this large palette right here in the white packaging. I know that Morphe can be a controversial brand, and I know that Jaclyn Hill can be a controversial person. For a while there, she was promoting Morphe so much that I think it just left a bad taste in people's mouth. However, I still really like this eyeshadow palette. It is larger, so it can be hard to like travel with or to carry around with you, but you do get a nice variety of colors here. They are typically more on the warmer side. You have a few pops of colors. I recently did my friend's makeup for her wedding in July of 2020, and I did use this eyeshadow palette. It's still in my collection. I still like it. There are other eyeshadow palettes that I like more, but at the time when I first got this palette, this was one where I had to tell myself to stop using it and to put it away. But since my eyeshadow palette collection has grown, this isn't one that I find myself reaching for a ton anymore. I still do reach for it here and there, but not like I was back in 2017. I was definitely using it more there. I also started using the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara, and I won't talk too much about this one because I did recently film a top 5 mascaras of 2020, so I'll link that here if you want to hear more about this, but this is a great lengthening mascara. Now, do you need to purchase high-end mascaras? No. They are in the $20 range. It is more expensive, and I think the drugstore has great mascaras, but I like to go in with a volumizing mascara first, and then I like to follow up with a lengthening mascara because I feel like it just separates my lashes and really helps to kind of make them look a little extra. So this is still a favorite of mine. It is the mascara that I'm wearing right now underneath my Monsieur Big. I still really love that one. I also talked about the MAC Whirl Lip Liner. Now, this was a lip liner that, again, was very raved about on YouTube, so I bought into the hype and I purchased it. I do like MAC lip liners, although they are typical traditional pencil liners. I don't find that they tug on the lips. They're pretty long lasting. I used Whirl until it was down to like a little nub, and then I felt like years had passed and I needed to part with it. The formulation felt a little bit different. It was starting to tug on my lips, so I did declutter it out of my collection, but that is one that I would repurchase because I really enjoyed the shade. I do still have another MAC in my collection. Let me see what I have. Okay, so I currently have MAC Strip Down, which is much more of like a nude shade, and MAC Whirl is more of a mauve, so I probably won't purchase Whirl since I have Strip Down, but when I use Strip Down up, I mean, these are some big pencils, but when I use that up, I would be open to purchasing Whirl again. And I think that's it. I think I just had a few products to share with you guys. Wow, this is gonna be a shorter video, but the other two are much longer, because I'm seeing here that there is a pattern. There are a lot of repeats. So if you did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would love to have you hit the subscribe button, become part of the K-Bella fam, stick around while we're doing a whole month of nothing new, and while we're doing Flashback Fridays here in January. If you're enjoying this series, let me know down below. Let me know some of your old makeup favorites that you've forgotten about. Let me know if you've tried any of these or if you're still rocking with any of these products. I would love to hear from you. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.